How can you reduce your child support payments? My name is Goldman. I'm the director and founder of Goldman & Associates. Our firm has a primary focus on family law issues here in Michigan, and today we're going to continue our video series designed to educate and inform the public. So please subscribe to our channel. How can you reduce it? Well, the first thing to do is you got to have your discussion with your lawyer, because you're going to be asking him or her to file a motion to reduce your child support. So you're going to want to know, number one, is it going to work? Because you're investing money. And you're going to want to know, is that money well spent? So number one, you're going to want to know if it's going to work. And in order to know number one, it's important to know the factors that are utilized for the court to determine whether a reduction is appropriate. So why don't we talk about those? In order to reduce child support, the court is going to have to be persuaded that there's a couple things going on that impact the formula. See, the court determined your child support based on a formula. The court looked at how many children we have, how much money mom makes, how much money dad makes, and how many overnights the child spend with mom and how many with dad. So when you talk about these things, those are the factors. So if the court got it wrong, or they didn't get it wrong, but now those factors have changed, the court is going to change the child support. So for example, and I see this a lot, the parties are agreeing that they will share the custody equally. So what does that mean? Well, it means maybe 1 week on with mom, next week with dad, next week with mom, next week with dad. That's a possibility. Or 3 days, 4 days, 4 days, 3 days, something that makes it equal. So when the court gives a child support number that is based on an equal number of overnights, the court has to change the child support if it turns out, we wrote equal, but they never exercise. We wrote that it's going to be equal, but the children are by me 7 overnights a week, or 5 overnights to his 2. If that's the case, it's not equal. And if it's not equal, the order of the court should be changed to reflect the reality. So what do? You keep a calendar and you show the court over these last 2 months, while it is supposed to be equal, every month I'm having the child 24 overnights, he's got him 6. How's that equal? So the answer is it's not. And so the child support needs to be reflective of that. Another thing you want to look to is, what about the incomes? Maybe the child support is based on a correct number of overnights, but it says you make $60,000 a year. The truth is you only made 45. Maybe you only made 42. Maybe you only made 48. You're not making 60. So if you're not making 60, that support shouldn't be based on 60, or the other way around. You are making 60, but the support was based on the fact that she makes 42. Turns out she makes 84, not 42. So those numbers are all going to be wrong. It's appropriate to file a motion before the court to say, hey, I want the child support payments modified to reflect the reality. These are the things that the court takes into account. So if you give this information to your lawyer and you say, look, here it is. The calculation's based on X amount of overnights, but this is the reality. It's based on this amount of income, but this is the reality. Here's proof. Then your lawyer's going to tell you, yes, this will work. No, that won't work. Or they'll tell you what you need to get in order for it to work. And then you'll file the appropriate motions. You'll attach exhibits 1, 2, 3 that show exactly what's going on in terms of the overnight, in terms of the salary, in terms of this, in terms of that. And then you'll be in a position where you can ask the court, look, the order should reflect what's real. This is what's real. The order doesn't reflect that. Therefore, you want the judge to change it. And the judge will change it if there's adequate proof to show that your position can be supported. Now, if you have any questions or you're not sure about that, reach out. Of course, we'll be glad to help you out.